Welcome to the A-League Pride Round, where soccer and diversity come together to celebrate inclusion and acceptance. For one round each year, the A-League showcases its commitment to the LGBTQIA+ community, promoting diversity and inclusivity on and off the field. It's round 18, and I want to know your predictions for this round. Tell me in the comments below, and let's see if you can predict as well. Now let's talk football. Central Coast Mariners opens the round versus Wellington Phoenix on Friday. This game has all ingredients to be a goal fest. It's the second place versus the fifth. Both Central Coast and the Knicks have scored 3 goals or more in the last 5 games. The data indicate that Central Coast Mariners are slightly better than Wellington Phoenix. In terms of average scoring, Central Coast has 2.33 versus 1.38 for the Knicks. And in goals conceded, Central Coast has 1.44 versus 1.38 again for the Knicks. Jason Cummings with 12 goals is the team top goal scorer. Benny and Kololo with 5 and Marco Tulli with 4 follows him. Central Coast doesn't have any suspended or recent injured players. In fact, Moraes returned to play after a few rounds out and is most likely to add quality to the offensive system. On the Phoenix side, Zawada is the top goal scorer with 9 goals so far. Bozidar Kraev follows with 7 goals, and the central midfielder Urganovic has been performing really well to give balance to the Knicks. Ian Sase scored again after a few matches and may be more comfortable playing his game right now. I'm looking forward to this game because there are 2 teams who likes to shoot often. Plus, their defenses used to concede goals regardless of the goals scored in a game. So I would love to see a goal fest in this game. 4-2 for the Central Coast Mariners is my prediction. On Saturday, Newcastle Jets receive West United. It's a must-win game for both teams. Newcastle is in the 7th position and is just out of the top 6 due to a higher goals difference. West United is in a different position as the last team on the ladder. They still have chances to get to the top 6, but desperately need to get some points. In terms of data, the Jets has scored 1.63 goals per game and conceded 1.13 on average. They didn't lose in the last 5 games and won the last 2 games at home. West United isn't backed by the data this time, with 1.29 goals scored and 2.43 goals conceded when playing away. They lost the last 3 games and their performance away is even worse. They didn't win in the last 4 games. Trent and Becca Mikkeltadze divide the top goal scoring position with 4 goals each. But lately, the goalkeeper Jack Duncan has been performing well. The young central back Philip Kanka has debuted for a few minutes last round and may get more time in this game to add defensive protection. On West United's side, things are similar. Priovic and Milanovic have 4 goals in the A-League so far. Not having Joshua Wisdom is detrimental to the team as it puts Neil Kilkenny under pressure more often. We saw that last round. I believe that this is a hard time for West United as they didn't find their way of play. Although they have strikers who can score, the major problem is in defense. That said, Newcastle Jets has a huge opportunity to score the 3 points in their campaign towards the finals. So 3-1 for the Jets. Also on Saturday, Melbourne City and Sydney FC played the Big Blue bragging rights. Both teams are in the top 6. City is the leader and Sydney FC is in the 6th. After losing the derby, having another big game can make or break their strength over other teams. The data puts City as a better team than Sydney. They score 3.14 per game and concede 1 goal on average, while Sydney scores 1.67 goals on average and concedes 1.3 goals when playing away. Jimmy McLaren is the league's top goal scorer with 16 goals, despite having more difficulty scoring lately. Matthew Leckie and Van der Ven follow with 6 and 5 goals respectively. Leckie is actually an important piece for City's offensive as he commands many plays on the left side. And there are no injured players at this moment for the City. In the Sydney FC side, Lefondre is still the top goal scorer with 6 goals so far, but he's still injured, so he may not play in this round. Followed by Joe Lolly and Robert Mack with 5 and 4 goals each. Luke Breton and Caballo give good technique and balance to this team. I see two teams that are very good at finalizing plays, so the goalkeepers may be busy. I guess the biggest difference here is that Melbourne City creates a lot more per game, so Sydney FC must play an excellent defensive game to avoid pressure. That being said, I see Melbourne City winning this game by 2-1. Do you see this QR code in the center? This is the free pass to my community on Telegram. Scan it now or go to predictortalk.com to be part as well. There is a place to talk football 24/7, and we also cover more bets from other leagues. So join us now. Western Sydney Wanderers closes their Saturday games against Macarthur. Western Sydney has lost a few positions lately and needs to come back to winnings to consolidate their position in the top 6. They are in the 4th position now. Macarthur has a similar problem in the 8th position, with 3 points away from the final zone. The data shows that Western Sydney is the best team in this game. The scoring average is 1.25 versus 1.13 to Macarthur, and in the goals conceded are 0.25 to the Wanderers versus 2.25 to the Bulls. Brandon Borrello is the top goal scorer with 6 goals, and Ieni and Gbakoto follow with 4. He's a very important player to the team and adds offensive strength as well, as he may come back after the suspension. On the Bulls side, Matthew Miller is now the top goal scorer with 4 goals. And this is crazy because he is just right back, which shows Macarthur needs to work on relying on someone in the front to score. Uli Davila will not play for the remainder of the season, which is terrible for the Bulls. Western Sydney showed that can score in the last round against Adelaide United. So I think this time, facing a less skilled team, they may get the chance to win. So 2-0 and probably without any issues in this game. On Sunday, Melbourne Victory receives Adelaide United in what could be a very interesting game. Victory climbed up and is now in the 10th position, while Adelaide United is still switching up with Central Coast for the 2nd place. They are now the 3rd. The data indicate that Melbourne Victory is slightly better than Adelaide United. Victory scores 1.57 goals per game and concedes 1.29 goals on average, while Adelaide scores 1.67 but concedes 2.22 goals per game on average. Joshua Brillante is the top goal scorer with 3 goals, followed by Fornaroli with also 3. The offensive midfielder Jake Bremer is the most performing player lately with 3 goals and 3 assists. He's definitely one of the most important pieces of the team. On Adelaide's side, Craig Goodwin is no question the best performing player and the top goal scorer with 7 goals so far. The teams rely on him a lot. Ibuzuki follows with 5 goals. However, Adelaide United has a team of injured, suspended or unavailable players. It's 9 in total, which is a concern going forward in the competition. I believe this game could be upsetting for Adelaide because Victory is building momentum at home, especially after winning the last 2 games, and Adelaide has a poor performance playing away. 2-1 Victory to consolidate their home fortress. The round finishes after the Brisbane Roar vs Perth Glory game. Both teams are badly positioned on the ladder at this moment. Brisbane Roar is the 2nd last and Perth Glory is the 9th. The data indicate that Perth Glory and Brisbane Roar are similar. Glory scores 0.75 per game and concedes 1.88 on average playing away, and the Roar scores 0.67 and concedes 0.89 average at home. Carlo Amiento is the top goal scorer with 3 goals. Brisbane counts on the young players like Kay Trewin and Harry to give balance to the team. Day O'Shea is still injured and may not play in this game. On the glory side, David Williams is the top goal scorer with 5 goals. Salim Khelifi has returned to the team, scoring twice in the last round, to show what he's capable of. Daryl Lacombe returns from suspension to provide defensive strength. This game may be the least interesting due to their latter positions, but it may be a battle for points, especially now that Brisbane is under a new coaching management. I see this game ending as a draw because neither has won a game in the last 4 rounds. So 1-1. Now I would like to show you all the bets I placed for this upcoming round. Be mindful that the odds may be different from what you see here. Feel free to copy them to your bet slip and never use any money you can't afford to lose. Sports betting have risks as any other investment, and nobody becomes rich overnight, so always bet responsibly. Subscribe to the channel to receive the next game's analysis. The space is now open for you to share your opinions, and you can also comment below your predictions for this round. And I see you.